everyone, I'm Corey.
And I'm Josh.
And today we're going to review Machine Gun Preacher. And this is the review. The synopsis for Machine Gun Preacher is...
Gerard Butler stars in the true life story of Sam Childers, a former drug dealer who dedicates his life to rescuing child soldiers in the Sudan. I like this movie.
This movie was excellent.
It was emotional, it was gripping, it showed scenes of child violence that I didn't think you could put into a movie.
For somebody in psychology who likes it a lot, they put together the idea of a 360 turn, like, twice.
Oh, jeez.
Like, first what happens is he's like a bad drug dealer, then he goes to the church and he gets saved. He becomes a preacher. After he becomes a preacher, he ends up saving these children in Uganda. After he comes back and forth a couple times, he literally is preaching in church, and his emotion over in Uganda flows through in the church.
And it just turns into him preaching more to get money and help from his hometown than it ends up him preaching like a religious sermon.
Right. It's like, it's really like you see the change in him, like very much so. And it gets it's kind of crazy because his whole point was to help people understand who God was and build a church for those who didn't. And then it just became him so into Uganda that he goes crazy. Like, he literally, you see him going
He literally has like a mental breakdown. There was that one part where he was preaching and he was talking about how God doesn't want sheep, he wants wolves.
Yeah, and it was just like,
wolves with like teeth and claws, and you were just like, ooh.
Yeah.
So that's the part where you know that he's kind of sunk.
He's kind of, his brain is in Uganda.
This is the lowest point for him right here.
Right.
When it stops from helping people, it goes into using his words to persuade people. Right.
Exactly. And it shows it really good because when that scene came up, Josh and me are like, oh wow. Like, it just hit. Like, his perspective changed. Totally.
But, I mean, when you see some of the things that he's seen, you can only imagine.
Right.
Like, there was that scene when he wants to see what's going on. And that kid runs after his dog.
And he blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He steps on the mine, his legs just get blown off.
Like, you totally understand why he becomes that way, but it's like...
You understand, but at the same time, you're like...
Get somebody else to be doing your stuff. Yeah.
I mean, couldn't he have gone to, like, other churches?
That's what I would think, too. Using the Word of God and what he originally meant and twisting it is like, whoa.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is that it does happen, you know what I mean? He's not the only case that this has happened. It
happens all the time.
But I think the movie portrayed it beautifully, and I thought it was awesome the way they did that. Moving on to acting.
I like Gerard Butler.
He did awesome.
I mean, I don't know. I recognize his best friend from somewhere else.
Yeah, he's been in Bug. He's been in other stuff. He was alright. I mean, he didn't really have much to do. I mean...
He had a big part of the story.
The funeral.
That was emotional.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
There are parts where...
It grabs you.
Yeah,
emotionally.
It grabs you, especially, like... It's not pretty. That's the main thing that this whole movie wants you to know. Nothing about war is kind.
And if you guys remember, I think it was last year, but it's still happening, kind of, the big Coney thing.
Yeah.
That's basically what this movie's about. And Joseph Coney.
It goes very into it.
Very much so. Improvements?
Length.
Yeah, the length of it was way too long for both of us.
It's what did it say, like 2 hours and 8 minutes?
Yeah.
And
I think if it could have stopped about an hour, 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours. It didn't, like, there was a good 15, 20
There's
minutes.
There's not much you can trim off.
Right.
But at the same time, there was that point where I just felt like we were sitting on the couch forever.
Mm-hmm. And for a movie that emotionally drains you on a level, length is a big deal. And you need to do, like, drain the person, but stop at a certain point. And when you drain it too much, it starts to become, you're not so interested in it.
Here's what I think, though. There's a part where it emotionally drains you, where you see, like, the kids and they're hurt. That one woman, they, like, tore off her lips.
Her lips, yeah.
But then at the same time, it's supposed to, I don't want to say excite when he has to go fight.
But it's kind of an inspiration.
Yeah, it's an inspirational thing, but then you realize it's like a midlife crisis kind of thing.
It really is.
Because you always see like portrayals of a midlife crisis where they spend all their savings, everything, into getting a new car or a new motorcycle. It's the same thing, except he does it for like an orphanage.
It shows the effects of what it did with his family. And it showed the really good pacing of throughout the years. This didn't just happen in a couple of years.
No,
this was his whole life that he dedicated to it. So that was brilliant, I believe, on that part. But
I think they could have made you aware
Yeah.
Of the fact that the time had gone by.
I agree with you.
Because the only way that Yumi knew was when we saw the daughter and she had aged, like, what, like 5 or 6 years? The subtlety's not bad. I don't mind it. It's just the things that you have to pick up on.
Right. And those are little minor things.
Yeah, it's just stuff that we're nitpicking.
The rating, I give it 4 stars right off the bat.
I'm going to give it 4.5.
It was a good movie. Very good. So definitely go out there and watch it. Hope you enjoyed the review. Let us know what you thought of the movie if you've seen it down below. And Fan Friday's coming up, so keep those voting going on. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you next time.
Also, go to my channel.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the link can be right here.
Yeah, so there you go.
Bing!
Bing!
I do vlogs every once in a while.
So check up on his life, because it's pretty awesome. I like when he vlogs. It's good stuff. Sometimes he wears a bear hat.
I do fancy a bear hat.
So there you go.
Bye!